Major Nelson is the one voice on Xbox Live that isn't screaming in your ear and simultaneously teabagging you, which is nice. And he's here to fill us in on what's in store for the 360 and how Microsoft plans to attack the hackers in the loop. Joining me from Seattle, Washington to help us make sense of it all, Director of Programming for Microsoft's Xbox Live, the man known to gamers as Major Nelson. Larry Erb is here. How are you, Larry?
Hello, Kevin. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you as well. What exactly is going on? Because I've been reading caps lock forum rantings all weekend by what seems to be 3 very upset users, but they're saying that they're being hacked left and right. Xbox Live users are getting targeted. What's happening? Well,
first of all, I want to point out that what you're reading by those 3 users, or even more, is really it's an attack on the internet itself. It's not about Xbox Live. This is one of the oldest internet issues in the book, and it's really about flooding your IP address, and it's where users controlling a botnet. So I want to be clear, it's not an Xbox Live issue. It's actually an internet issue.
Right, but the reason Xbox Live is in all the headlines is because the hackers this time are targeting Xbox Live users, correct?
Sure, absolutely. That's certainly what we're seeing. We're seeing an increase on that. We're also seeing when you attach this issue to something as like Halo or Street Fighter 4, it makes an instant headline.
So please fill us in, because I thought, I was just trying to stream a film on Netflix, and all of a sudden my torrents get slowed down. I mean, they're targeting Street Fighter players and Halo players?
Well, what we're doing is I'm not really at liberty to discuss exactly what they're doing, but I will just say this, is that one of the things that we have with the Xbox Live service is we have a team of highly trained network technicians and policy experts that are looking at what's going on, and they're going to do the right thing.
I wanted you to say ninja assassins. I thought that's where you were going with that. I thought maybe they were in a glass cage and you were going to let them out, but that's cool. So what is it? I mean, can you say why they're being targeted? Is it someone who's cheesing with reused Fireball too much, and then someone attacks them so they're not allowed to play? Or?
Well, clearly it depends on what game it is, and some of what we're seeing is some of it is just frustration that another player is a little bit better than they are. But again, this is an attack on the internet, and it's using a botnet, and it's using some things that have been around for many years. I want to point out, I actually ran up against this 10 years ago. I know I don't look that old, but I ran up against this 10 years ago playing Quake. So this thing's been around for quite some time.
Sure, and it's illegal, we should point out as well. It's not like some fun, simple hack, but let's say I'm the victim of that. Let's say I happen to rock at Halo or Street Fighter, which is totally not the case, but I'm online, I'm being flooded. What can they do? I mean, Microsoft has this trained staff. Can I report them to Microsoft? Will Microsoft research the issue?
Well, again, as I said earlier, it's an attack on your internet connection, which is illegal. So the first thing you should do is contact your ISP. We work with ISPs all over the world, but the first thing you need to do is contact your ISP.
I've called Time Warner 3 times in my life and really wanted to end it dangling in my closet. I mean, you get a robot that tells you to essentially F off unless you want to pay your bill. So if the ISP doesn't work, will Microsoft lean on the ISP? Is there anything that you guys can do to help out those end users?
Oh, absolutely. We have relationships with some of the top ISPs around the world, so we absolutely work hand in hand with them and with law enforcement agencies to make sure that we can figure out what's going on and take the proper course of action.
All right, so I know there's increased interest from hackers, obviously, and that to me is a sign that Xbox Live is probably growing in popularity now. Sure. Because there's entire services dedicated to thwarting those good players, apparently. Is this... Obviously, you're not happy with the hacking aspect, but you must be happy with the launch of the new Xbox experience. I mean, how was January for you? Was that a good month?
January was massive. I mean, we have over 17 million members on Xbox Live right now. It's a run. NXE, the new Xbox experience, which launched in November, is a runaway success. So we're seeing some really exciting times right now on the Xbox Live service.
Larry, I read a little piece. It might have been in a Twitter buried somewhere deep in the dark corners of the internet, but I read that if the 360 has a banner year, then then it's going to extend the life of the console. Any plans to is there even thought of releasing the next console by the end of next year, or is that a twinkle in the eye that you can't talk about?
We're not even talking about that right now. We're just talking about all the great success we've had with the Xbox 360. I mean, it's only been out for a little bit more than 3 years right now. Which seems like a long time, but it really isn't. So we really want to get the maximum amount we can out of the lifespan for this console. People are happy with their 360s. They're happy with the games. We want to continue delivering on that.
All right, Larry, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, sir. Thanks for coming on. And as an Xbox Live user myself, it's good to know that Microsoft is being honest and keeping up on the issues. So
absolutely, my pleasure, Kevin.
Thanks
we'll talk
for keeping
to you next
us
time.
in the loop.